Good morning, team. Thank you so much for jumping on another episode of my Take Flight Weekly. Excited to be here again with you today. And we're going to talk today about the only thing standing between you and success is you. Episode 296. I'm not here to give you theory, I'm here to give you a mirror. And today I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Questions that, if you commit to executing on them, could change the trajectory, of your life and business. They don't require much of an investment at all. Really, only time. They only require one thing: you, you, and your commitment to execute. As always, before we dive in, I want to remind you that my purpose is to help you, the full service, full fee advisor and entrepreneur, become more productive and fulfilled. Why? Because I know that happy advisors and entrepreneurs, they produce more. So I want you to listen today again as if we're one-on-one. This is your coaching session. After I had my real estate heart attack in February of 2008, I didn't sleep well because of the stress and anxiety that came with an uncertain professional future. I found myself getting up at 3:30 to 4 a.m. wide awake. I self-medicated during that period of time by thinking, learning, planning, and working on my business. Crazy things started to happen. My business started to grow. Much of those early hours were spent working on myself, almost on accident. I didn't have a choice. The other takeaway from that period of time was that I learned that you don't have to spend a lot of money for your desired results. I learned this the hard way because funds were extremely tight, if not borderline non-existent. Now, we're sitting here today, we're approaching the end of Q3 2025. How did Q3 2025 go? Are you further ahead than you were at the end of Q2 2025? Where did you move the needle? Here's the reality. By early Q4, your business plan should be written, and you should be executing on what you committed to for 2026. Now, I've been doing a series of visioneering, a series of episodes on visioneering, on business planning. It's that time of year. And before I kind of wrap that series up, I want to ask you a few questions. If at the end of 2026, if you've stacked 4 successful quarters on top of each other, each one moving you toward your vision, would you celebrate? If at the end of 2026, you had developed highly productive daily, weekly, and quarterly planning habits, and you executed them at least 80% of the time, would you celebrate? If at the end of 2026, you contacted 10 clients or prospects per week for at least 45 out of the 52 weeks, would you celebrate? If at the end of 2026, you created optimized standard operating procedures, your checklists, and move them into a cloud-based software program or even a spreadsheet, would you celebrate? If at the end of 2026, you converted at least 5 new clients through your top 3 low-cost lead sources, would you celebrate? So let me ask you this. How much of your money have I spent with those questions? The answer is almost zero, except for a few small charges here and there for software. And if the answers to those questions are, hell yes, Jim, I would celebrate, then there's only one thing standing in your way: you. The truth is, sometimes your business plan isn't about spending more. Sometimes your business plan is about becoming more consistent. Sometimes the plan is about you being better. That is internal work. That's the part that nobody other than you can do for you. Now, let's call it what it is. The difference between you celebrating at the end of 2026 or feeling like you wasted another year won't come down to money. It will come down to discipline. It will come down to focus. It will come down to daily, boring, unsexy work early in the morning or late at night that compounds into extraordinary results. Now, if you want to finally have that year that puts you over the top, you need to decide. Are you committed to executing the basics, or are you going to keep negotiating with yourself? Oh, I'll do it next quarter. I'll do it next week. I'll do it tomorrow. So, I can show you the how. I mean, 11 years now of a combination of Monday morning pep talks and Take Flight weeklies. I talk about the how, right? I talk about the how. You cannot outsource the commitment, the consistency, or the effort. Now, in the email that you're going to get attached to this Take Flight Weekly is a copy of my daily time management form that I created during those years following my real estate heart attack. Many people use it, find it useful, and I've attached it to the email that I send out to support this podcast. It's also on my website at askjimmiller.com. It's really just like a one pager. What am I going to do before 7 a.m.? What are my 1 year goal, my 3 year goal, and my breakthrough goals? Who are the 5 people I'm going to talk today, and what are the 7 most important things I can get done today? Just a really simple guide, very analog. But again, I'm finding out more and more and more that the basics work. The basics work. Good old fashioned rolling up the sleeves and getting to work consistently every single day. Every single day. And if you do that, you will have that year that you've been waiting on, that you've been waiting for. Now, again, I'm speaking as if some of you aren't doing this. Many of you are doing a great job. Okay. This podcast, in a lot of ways, is trying to move the 97% into the 3%. For you that are in that 3% doing it, let's go stack another awesome year. Oh my goodness, if I could tell you stories after stories after stories of people that have just committed to this, executed on it consistently like a drumbeat, have these private conversations. Jim, thank you. So that is your call to action, my friends. If this Take Flight episode resonated with you, do me a favor, share it with someone in your world that needs to hear it. Whether it's a colleague, a friend, or your team, we rise by lifting others up and forward it on. And don't forget, every episode is also available via email. A lot of people like to print it out or save it in a folder. They like to read it. They like to read the transcript. You can subscribe through my profile at Ask Jim Miller. Team, I'm literally simply here to help. And if this helped you, chances are it could help somebody else in your ecosystem. I appreciate you so much, team. Thank you. Have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you.